ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. One, which Krishna is summarizing the chapter 1 to 6. He is summarizing entire karma yoga. Whatever Krishna is described in first 6 chapters of Karma Yoga, Krishna is again trying to summarize, conclude. Basically, 18th chapter is, Bhagavad Gita is finished by 17 chapters. 18th chapter, Krishna is again summarizing the whole thing what is described. Tyaga means, see the first question, Tyaga means purpose of renunciation. Right? Okay. So Krishna is saying, he is not giving his opinion, he is saying most of the sages, they think renouncing the material activities is sannyas. Don't do activity. If it is materially motivated, don't do it. That is renunciation. And you give up your result. You worked hard and you have money, so you give it for good purpose. That is tyaga. This is what everyone thinks. So Krishna is saying that.
Okay. Learned and wise.
Yeah. But Krishna has a different opinion.
So I think until here he is just re-clarifying what the argument was of Arjuna in the 3rd chapter, that whether it's karma sannyas is better or karma yoga is better. And because he was confused that initially that if intelligence is better than fruitive work, then why am I still engaging in fruitive work? So Krishna says that it should be done without the detachment. Yeah.
So ultimately Krishna is saying both are same. Tyaga, renunciation. I mean, giving up the results of work is also renunciation. Renunciation doesn't mean you give up work. You have to give up the results of the work. Yeah.
Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation.
So we should never take up to something just because it's a lot of work, a lot of trouble. Okay, so it's better, these Hare Krishnas are better, so I'll join them. That is passion. So that is very bad. That doesn't count as renunciation.
Text 9. O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. So it's Nishkama.
Krishna, it's all very familiar for us, right? First 6 chapters. So what is the summary? Any question on this summary? Krishna is saying that there is no difference between a family man or a sannyasi. If a family man is doing his duty and offering the results, and if he is not attached to the result, there is no difference. Okay. Whereas if the family man is normally because he's already with a lot of opulence, generally that detachment will come. So that is we should take that advantage. Somebody is renounced because he doesn't lack anything. The heart may be towards getting stuff. So ultimately, sometimes it's described like some Babaji, some sages are there. They don't have anything. They have only kopin. We say Goshi, right? They fight for it. If somebody is lost, they're so disturbed. This one little thing is gone. So Krishna is kindly encouraging everyone to work and to be. He's saying everything is equal. So if you do your duty properly and not attached to, that is renunciation. That is sannyas. If you are married and if you are not attached to anybody else, you are properly, like pativrata, whatever they say, right? That is also brahmachari. It is just Vedas explain. So these 4 orders are all, please know that somebody gets high credit, somebody gets low credit. It's not like that. Based on our consciousness. So now Karma Yoga is some.
Yeah, but sometimes we do the duties out of attachment to because we want to offer the fruits to the Lord, so we have that kind of attachment. So is that desirable for you?
Oh, that is actually transcendental. Krishna didn't talk about in Bhagavad Gita, but Bhagavatam talks about it a lot. So attachment to material things is bad. Detachment from material things is good. But attachment to good things is super. See, from bad, good towards excellent. So like, okay, satisfactory, exceeding expectation, and like amazing. I mean, if you have attachment to Lord, if you have good attachment to the Lord, first of all, it is called. See, what is the difference between karma, nishkama karma? Again, it all the attachment to the variation, the formula is there. We discussed many times, right? How much you are attached to the work, how much you are attached to the result, how much you are attached to the Lord. Based on the percentage, it's called bhakti, karma, or nishkama karma. So it just the formula is 3 parameters A, B, C. So attachment to the Lord, if it is too much, then it is called bhakti yoga, same activity. If the attachment to the Lord is less, and result attachment to the result is also little less, but you are attached to work, it's called nishkama karma. Actually, nishkama karma, you're not supposed to
Attached to the work, right?
Yeah, you're attached to work, not to the result. Okay,
Nishkama.
nishkama. But sakama karma is like you're attached to work also, you're attached to little bit result also, you have very little attachment to the Lord. So these are very subtle differences.
Like Sakama Karma is all the NGO works.
Yeah. NGOs can come in nishkama also. Sometimes they can become demonic also based on what they want to do, you know. If they want to compete with Lord, you know, we don't know. We
The
did
place of action,
which
the
is body,
the body,
uh,
the performer,
which is the soul,
the various senses,
which are the tools.
the many different kinds of endeavor.
Yes, this is what Prabhuji is going to be. Why are the different types of endeavors? Because that we are in different modes. So based on if you are in mode of goodness, your endeavor will be, you know, different. If you are in passion, that we will understand from next section. The kind of the body, the soul, the modes of we are in the modes of nature, and the senses, Jnanendriya Karmendriyas, and the
Modes
ultimately
of nature and Prakriti అనొచ్చు కదా ప్రభు?
yeah, modes of nature and the body and the soul together is Prakriti.
Okay.
Together is.
One who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the 5 factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things
So
as
this
they are.
answers Radhaji's question. If an NGO guy is thinking I am the only guy doing, I am collecting donation, and he is not recognizing the Supreme Soul in his work, he is not very intelligent. He is not even in Karma Yoga thing actually. He becomes competitor to Lord. Just like the demons sometimes they want to be competitors. So Krishna is giving this example we know because he is again ultimately telling Arjuna to go ahead and kill. Right? Just like a military man, if he is killing, he is not punished. The same military man, if you shoot somebody at his neighbor, he's gone. So whoever can see every living entity as a part and parcel of God, everything is spiritual, everything is Satchidananda. Every living entity is trying to be Sat, eternal. They're trying to acquire knowledge. They're trying to enjoy. If somebody can see this, that means he has a knowledge in mode of goodness. Not that the Christians say, oh, the animals don't have soul, so I can do anything with them. It's not like that. Every living entity has a soul. They are all trying to enjoy also. They're trying to acquire knowledge. We are trying to acquire Bhagavad Gita, they're trying to acquire knowledge. Where do I get food? Where do I get my partner? Things like that. That's the only knowledge they're acquiring. So this is the knowledge in goodness.
Is attached to one kind of work as the all in all without knowledge of truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness. That action which is regulated and which is performed without
Although Harinam Sankirtan, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu process, we without knowingly we will directly go to that loving stage. Loving to do arti, loving to child, we'll go to that stage. But generally people, if they are in passion, they come to goodness, they come to this stage of neutrality, and then they will go to the next level of loving God. Normal route. But we are very, this is very special age, Kali Yuga, where the sages, devatas are also praying to come and take birth. And the process that we're connecting is very, very simple and easy. So that's why we don't understand.
But action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires and the enacted form, a sense of false ego, is called action in the mode of passion. That action performed in illusion, in disregard of scriptural injunctions, and without concern for future bondage or for violence or distress caused to others, is said to be the mode of ignorance.
Okay, now you have completed describing the knowledge in three modes: the action and the worker.
Winner of wealth, now please listen as I tell you in detail of the different kinds of understanding and determination according to the three modes of material nature. O son of Krita, that understanding by which one knows what ought to be done and what ought not to be done, what is to be feared and what is not to be feared, what is binding and what is liberating, is in the mode of goodness. O son of Pita, that understanding which cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion, between action that should be done and action that should not be done, is in the mode of passion. That understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion, under the spell of illusion and darkness, and strives always in wrong direction, O son of Partha, is in mode of ignorance.
So many people are trying to follow so-called religion, but without knowing the conclusion. And they are very proud that I am a Hindu, I do so many pujas, I do this and that. But if you ask what is the conclusion, there is no one straight answer. So this is the Kali Yuga effect. Okay. So we have to explain this to austere people, non-envious people. Okay. Whoever does this, they get devotional service. They say Krishna is guaranteeing that. Huh? And he's saying whoever studies Bhagavad Gita, they are actually worshipping Krishna through intelligence. It's not that, if you do Aarti only you worship. So if you study Bhagavad Gita, it's like worshipping Krishna. Okay. Okay. So if faithful and non-envious people hear this, they become free from all reactions. Okay. So if somebody is very envious, what happens? It's not that Krishna is trying to play like a kid, or he doesn't like me, don't tell him about me. It's not like that. There is a higher reason for it, right? Even for us not to give holy name. What happens is, he's already in suffering because he's envious. Now he's not ready for it. Now you go and poke him. Then he will become more offenses. Then he will suffer more. And especially he has suffered square of it because he may offend the Vaishnava also. If he offends Krishna, he gets little suffering. But if he offends Krishna's devotee, he gets more suffering. So, that's the reason. That's the only reason we have to avoid. So let them not offend the Krishna's devotees, because it says in certain Puranas that if somebody offends me, I don't care much. But if you offend a devotee, then it takes it very seriously.
O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this which an attentive mind? Are you ignorance and illusion now dispelled?
Nastamoha smritirlabdha
Nastamoha smritirlabdha
Tvat prasadan maya chuta
Tvat prasadan maya shuddha
Stitosmi gata
Sitosmi gata
Sandeha
Sandeha
Karishye vachanam tava.
Karishye vachanam tava.
Okay.
Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is gone now. Is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am I am now firm and free from doubt and prepared according to your instructions.
O king,
O King, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment.
okay.
O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I'm struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Dhruvani Matirmama. Let's read it together. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, wherever there is Arjuna, supreme Arjuna, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Krishna Arjuna Samvadam ki Jai.